So when Adidas started releasing new D-Rose 1.5 Restomods, I figured that they would just be restomodding colorways that we had already previously came out. But to my surprise, we've gotten some new colorways, and today we're going to be looking at one of those. Thanks for tuning into the video today, guys. Please make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, and let me know what you think about this review down below or about the D-Rose line in general. And subscribe, of course, again, so you get more D-Rose content like this and other shoe reviews from other products, other brands, and some Star Wars content and some anime content, Yu-Gi-Oh, things of that nature, gaming, live streams, all that sort of stuff. But without further being said, let's look at this D-Rose 1.5. So this colorway, the D-Rose 1.5, is meant to be playing homage to the colors in the Chicago flag. The way that I was able to find this out was not by looking at a press release online, but it was from using my my knowledge in my head from previous releases and look at the colorway, but then also looking at these new little accents on this version of the 1.5 that we've never seen implemented on other colorways. And that's something I find very kind of neat about this one in particular, because usually when you get a D-Rose 1.5, or usually when you get a D-Rose Retro or a Restomod or a regular line shoe, you don't have this big of variation, I feel, in terms of like how the design is from colorway to colorway shown so presently on the outside of the shoe. You may see it on the insole, sometimes you'll see it on the outsole, but this is a colorway that shows it right on the model itself. And I know this is kind of ridiculous, but for people that are fans, you guys probably will really understand this as well too. I really just like the fact that you have the stars for the Chicago flag right here on this leather piece. I think that's just so dope because none of the other colorways have that. Whether you're looking at the blue colorway that came out here recently, or looking at any of the original OG releases, that's not something that you find on the D-Rose 1.5. And so to see that on this model and on this colorway, I thought was super cool. Now we're looking at the materials that are used on here. This is basically using the same type of leather that's used on the other pair, except it's not as glossy and as shiny, not as like patent leathery, you could say, because this is a synthetic leather upper, but I mean the material and the quality on it looks pretty great. I mean, you can see kind of when you press on here some like the wrinkles that pop up on there, which is kind of nice and cool. I do think that this is an interesting colorway in terms of the color blocking, because it's very visually distinctive compared to other Rose models and compared to other ways you could have implemented these same colors on here. Now, does everyone think that about this shoe? No, I know a lot of my friends are like, bro, that's one of the most ugly colorways. I'm like, I thought they're kind of dope. But I also think too, sometimes it's like recency bias. Like I see this new colorway, I'm like, man, it's cool to see them doing something different on this model. But again, it could be something different as well. One thing that I do think is a missed opportunity about this shoe that I want to talk about before I break down the rest of the details is here on the tongue, okay? So this tongue has a D and the R for Derrick Rose, and it says Derrick Rose across the top. That's regular. But the thing is that there was colorways of the D-Rose 1.5s that used to put 773 across the tongue. Now, I think the reasoning that you could maybe put as to why they didn't do that with this model, and they haven't done that in a while, is because they don't want to cause confusion between it being, is this the Rose 1.5 or is this the Rose 773? I understand that, but I think that for the people that really are going to care and dig into it that much, they're not going to be that confused if they see 773 here on the tongue. That would have been something kind of neat, I think, and I wish they kind of did it, but again, it's not the end of the world. So working our way down from the tongue, let's talk about the rest of the shoe. This upper is a sprint skin upper, so it's like the old it's basically like a step before we got to sprint web technology, where you have a little bit of a thicker mesh lined upper with some breathability see-through points on it as well, but that's consistent with what the whole upper is made of. You have light strike for your midsole, which is the part of the shoe that makes this one a Restomod compared to the other Rose retros that we've had. The Rose the Rose 4 Restomod uses bounce, for example, and so yeah, this just kind of gives you that little differentiating factor. So it's just a little bit more added cushion compared to the regular or the OG releases of the 1.5s, or like the couple retros that we've done of 1.5s before this, which again was three or two other colorways, I guess. There's that black and pink and yellow one that I've showed you guys before, and then there's also bread's the wrong word for it, because people would think bread as in you know, black and red. But it's like a brown color for the Rose 1.5. And that was, again, a retro of the regular Rose 1.5. It's not a Restomod. So yeah. This basically, actually, it's like this gum outsole is similar to the color of that other model. You have Derrick Rose's signature right there, right above the light strike. You have the sprint frame here for your heel counter, which helps keep your foot contained there on the footbed as well too. Your outsole is that next generation, or excuse me, the old generation Pier Motion set up with those cilia traction pads right there. And of course, 3 stripes on the back are in blue. So this last thing you see is D-Rose blows past you, gets that dunk, gets that steal, you know. Fast don't lie. Again, I just love that. The insole inside here is nothing special. I'm not even going to pull it out on this pair. It has Derrick's signature on it. Same thing that like a lot of these colorways do, which, I mean, you could go a step further, like with this being after Chicago flag, you could have put like, you know, the stars to the Chicago flag or something. Anything of that nature would have been, you know, I think a good choice. But yeah, overall, man, I mean, this is a pretty dope colorway, honestly. Like, again, I know not a lot of people like it. I kind of, you know, the more I look at it, the more it makes me think of like bubblegum. But I dig it, man. I just kind of like it that Adidas did something kind of different and wild. And to see this up on the website, it's pretty cool. These are also available right now on finishline.com or like jdsports.com, whichever one you want to, you know, go to. The retail on these is $160, so kind of expensive. If you want to spend that, you can. If you want to wait, probably will drop in price. But, you know, you do what you want. And same goes for the blue colorway, which I think I talked about in the review for that, which I filmed before this, but I haven't posted before this. So there you go. Or actually, it's uploaded, but it hasn't gone public yet. So there's that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing these on feet as well too. Let me know what you think of this colorway down below in the comments. Let me know what you'd like to see next. Would you like to see the 1.5 low tops? Would you like to see the D-Rose 4 Restomods? I will be doing the performance review for D-Rose 4 Restomods next. That's something I'll probably drop here in a week or two. And I hope you guys enjoyed the statement from my lawyer and how he was willing to step in and, you know, be the hero that I need him to be, right? You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys watching. Till next time, peace. I'll see you guys around later. Bye.